Sawadee Krap and hello everybody. Welcome to day number 4. Today is our 4th video. We're going to continue on with our discussion about numbers up to 1 million. So let's see where we left off. What if I took 100,000 and times it by 10? Or 100,000 plus 100,000 plus 100,000 10 times. You're going to get 1 million, okay? 1 million is the 1 and 6 zeros. Easy enough, right? All right, let's dig into that a little bit more. 100,000 plus 100,000 equals 200,000. 200,000 plus 100,000 is 300,000. Plus 100,000 is 400,000. Plus 100,000 is 500,000. Plus 100,000 is 600,000. Plus 100,000 is 700,000. Plus 100,000 is 800,000. Plus 100,000 is 900,000. Plus one last 100,000 is 1 million, million. And that's 1 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. Okay, so we've already done something like this before, but now we're going to add one more place value, or one more zero, okay? Now, we know 1 million has 6 zeros after a 1, but right now we're dealing with numbers up to 1 million. So we're gonna have 6 digits, so it's gonna be in the hundreds of thousands, right? So let's look at this one. Now we have this column. If we had millions, it would go right here. But right now we're just dealing with hundreds of thousands. We're gonna start on the left side, which, can you tell me where the 100,000s are? Beep, 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 beep. Yes. How many 100,000s do we have? Yeah, it looks like 3. So let's write a 3. Okay. Now let's backtrack a little bit. Let's go back. How many digits are there? There's 6. So we know we have at least 1 comma we need to add in here. So we go 1, 2, 3. So our comma is going to go right here. Let's go ahead and bring it down. It's going to be a comma right there. All right, so now that we know our 100,000s, we have 3 of them. How many 10,000s do we have? 1, 2. Okay. Next up, because remember we're going from left to right, we're going to look at the thousands column. How many thousands do we have? That's right, 5. So we have 325,000. And remember our comma, when you see a comma, you say and. So you say 325,000 and whatever this is. So let's look at the next one. How many hundreds do we have? 1, right? Let's go ahead and put that 1. So we can already read some of it. 325,000 and 100. And now we need to figure out the tens column. How many tens are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now how many ones are there? This is pretty easy, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now we have our completed number. So we have 100,000, so we have 325,000 and let's just look at this number, 146. So it's 325,000 and 146, okay? That's easy enough. What if we added a 1 right there at the very beginning? What if we have a 1 right here? Can you see that? Yeah. All right, so now we have 1 million, don't forget your comma, 1,325,000 and 146. It's a pretty big number, right? Yep. And sometimes we don't have things in front of us that we can hold and count. So we have to look at numbers on paper or a board so we can figure out how big things are. So that's why we learn how to do it on paper, because sometimes you can't hold things as big as a car or a planet, right? So this is a good way, and we're gonna do a lot of practice on this coming up in this next section. So be ready. So much like before, we're gonna go over the place and the value of each number in 352,146. So for this, do whatever is easiest for you. If you want to start from this side, okay, it's not wrong, it's not right. I like to go from right to left, because the easiest ones are the ones. So, what place is the 6 in? And that's the ones, right? It's in there are 6 ones, right? In what place is the number 4? Tens. In what place is this 1? Hundreds, right? What place is the 5 in? Well, we have 1, tens, hundreds. What's next? Thousands. All right, what about the 2? So we have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. The 2 is in 10,000s. And then finally, what place is the 3 in? And this is our new one. It's the 100,000s. So let's write that. So after that, we know what place each number is in. Let's find the value. The value is, if you added up each number, how do we get to 325,146? So, what value is the 6? It's just 6 ones, right? So 6. What about the 4? How many tens? There's 4 tens. What is 4 times 10? 40. What about hundreds? What is 1 times 100? 100. What about thousands? You just simply take the number and times it by 1,000. Well, with 1,000, we know that there's 3 zeros, right? So we're gonna do 5,000. And remember, we're gonna add these up to get the big number, right? So this is essentially going to be 6 plus 40 plus 100 plus 5,000. How many 10,000s are there? There's 2, right? So what's 2 times 10,000? 20,000. Comma, 0, 0, 0. What about hundreds of thousands? 1, 2, 3, or 3. So you just basically take this number and make the rest of them zeros, okay? So it's going to be 3 plus 1, 2 zeros, comma, 1, 2, 3 zeros. So now, if we add up 300,000, 20,000, 5,000, 100, 40, and 6, we should get the number 325,146. And it's as easy as that. We're gonna practice a lot with these. By the end of the year, you guys are going to be professionals. All right. If you need a third way to do this, you can legitimately just do 4 times 10. 100, or 1 times 100. 5 times 1,000. 2 times 10,000. 3 times 100,000. That gets you your values, okay? So that's another way you guys can do it if you just want to understand it. Okay guys, for this next part, you are going to need your book. You should already have them out already, but we are on page number 7. Do and learn, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm going to go through each problem. And when I do, I want you to pause when I say pause. And then I want you to try to do it yourself, and then we can talk about it. I will give you the answers for this part, but don't go to sleep because the next section is actually going to be homework without teacher. And what is going to happen is your mom or you are going to take a picture with your phone and send me your work. So it should be pretty easy. Most of it should be review, and I've also already taught it in these videos. So hopefully I have done my job and explained what needs to be explained, but let's use this next section to learn just a little bit more so you can complete your homework, all right? So this next part has a lot to do with English words. So if you don't know English words for letters, I suggest that you study that on your own time, because by 4th grade you should know how to spell most of these things. But if you guys all have a bit of a problem with it, we're going to practice a bit and then maybe I'll give you a spelling test. So let's make sure that we're spelling our words correctly, okay? All right, so do and learn. This is page 7. The first one asks us to do 2 things. Write in Hindu Arabic. All that means is words. Write in words, English words. What you see, or excuse me, read the words and then write the number, okay? It also asks you to write in Thai. I would like you to do that, but it's up to you if you feel comfortable, but I don't know how to read Thai, so you make that decision. The more practice, the better, okay? So the first one, on top of page 7, A says this word. What is this word? We should know that word. So we have 206,000. So we have 206, and then we have a comma, and this 1,000 means that we have 3 zeros. So 206 thousands, okay? That's what that one is. So this is A. The next one I'm gonna pause and let you do by yourself. So B, it says in words, 700,099. Let's see if you can write those numbers. What you're going to do now is pause and let's see if you get the right answer. So go ahead now, pause. If you're having a hard time with this, it's okay. Just try to think slowly, okay? So it says 700,000. We already know what that looks like. 700, comma, and 3 zeros. 700,000. And then we have our and 99. So we know we pulled 2 different numbers from this sentence. So we have 700,000 and we also have 99. So if it's easier to do it like this, please go ahead and do it. It still gives you the same answer. So we have 700,000 and 99. But 9 doesn't start here because 99 has only 2 digits. So this is what 700,000 and 99 looks like. Did you get it right? All right, let's go on to C. C in words. I'll say it for you, but you should get used to reading it on your own and doing the problem, okay? So this says 403 and 10. Okay, so I heard 2 different numbers. Let me go ahead and write those down. So we have 403,000. 403,000, we know what that looks like. 403,000. And then we have our last and, that's our comma, and 10. So this is the longer way that helps you understand and pull numbers from words. So it's 403 and 10. Did you get this number? Okay guys, go ahead and stop there. We are at our 15-minute mark, which means this is the end of video 4. Don't work ahead. We're gonna have plenty of time tomorrow in tomorrow's video to complete this section. And then you get your first homework of grade 4. All right, that's all for today. We'll see you tomorrow in video number 5.